I see comments like this all the time. I scored 110, but I need 120. My test is in 10 days. What should I do? How can I improve my speaking and writing quickly? So in this video, I want to answer those questions properly. If your Duolingo English test is a few days or a week away, well, you need to be very careful with how you study. If you try to improve everything, you might just improve nothing. You need to know where you are losing points, and then you need to focus on the question types you can improve the fastest. So if you need 10 or 15 more points, especially in speaking and writing, this is where I would start. So I would focus heavily on two question types: speak about the photo and write about the photo. And in the current DET format, you will answer 4 photo description questions. 3 for write about the photo and 1 for speak about the photo. So don't look at these as 4 completely separate questions. Think of them as one skill that appears 4 times in the test. That skill is turning a photo into a clear spoken or written answer. And I truly believe that speak about the photo and write about the photo are the fastest and easiest question types to improve in the entire DET. Why? Because once you use a simple structure and a few useful building block phrases, you can use them again and again. Then you can practice until the structure becomes automatic. So why can this improve your score so quickly? Well, if your test is next week, you probably won't be able to completely change your English level, but you can change the way you answer those questions, and that's the important difference. You see, a lot of students know more English than they show in the test. They understand the picture, but their answer comes out too short, too basic, or a bit messy. And a simple structure can help you avoid that. It gives your answer a clear direction. You know how to start, where to go next, and how to finish. And when you don't have to worry about the order of your answer, you can focus on the picture and use the best English you already have. But before you start practicing, I would still take a mock test and look carefully at your sub-scores. This is important because you need to know where you are losing points. And if one area is much lower than the others, well, that should be part of your study plan. You can take a free mock test on Arno and check your sub-scores there. I'll put a link on the screen. You see, if you just do it on the Duolingo practice test, it will give you a score, but it won't give you detailed sub-scores. So use your sub-scores to guide your study. But if your question is, my test is next week, I need 10 more points, what can I improve fastest? Then my answer is still the same. Double down on speak about the photo and write about the photo. And here is the biggest mistake I see. Many students spend all their energy trying to describe the picture perfectly. They think, what exactly can I see? And yes, that matters, but the photo is only the starting point. The DET is not just checking whether you can name objects in a picture. It's checking whether you can communicate clearly in English. So your answer needs to be more than just a list of things you can see. It needs to sound clear, natural, and easy to follow. That is why you can improve at these questions so quickly. Once you learn how to turn a picture into a clear answer, you can use that same skill again and again. This is also why native speakers can also find these questions difficult, because a few weeks ago I went out on the street and asked native English speakers to answer speak about the photo questions. And honestly, not many of them would have scored above 120. Now, that sounds surprising because, of course, their English was good enough, but that wasn't the problem. The problem is that this is not something we normally do in everyday life. Nobody normally comes up to us and asks us to look at a random picture and describe it clearly for 90 seconds. So even native speakers can struggle if they don't have a clear plan. They might speak for too short a time. They might jump from one idea to another. They might describe random details without building a clear answer. And this shows something important. These questions are not only about your English level, they are also about strategy. Actually, can we say that again with some dramatic music, please? They are also about strategy. And strategy is something you can improve quickly. But there is one more thing you need to understand. Just practicing more questions is not going to magically improve your score. If you keep making the same mistakes, you might keep getting the same score. That is why feedback is so important. After every answer, you need to know what worked, what was weak, and what you should change next time. And this is exactly what Arno can help you do. So when you practice on Arno, you can get feedback after every answer. It can show you what you did well. It can show you where your answer was weak. And it can help you understand what to improve in your next answer. So don't just finish one question and then move on to the next one. Read the feedback, choose one thing to improve, then try again. This is where improvement happens. Because practice by itself can easily become repetition, but practice with feedback becomes improvement. So here is what I would do after this video. First, I would watch our full lessons on speak about the photo and write about the photo. There are links in the comments and I will put links on the screen as well. Then go over to Arno and practice those question types. Then use the feedback carefully. If your answer is too short, make it longer next time. If your structure is unclear, fix the order. If your vocabulary, grammar, fluency, or pronunciation are holding you back, well, then work on that in your next answer. The important thing is not just to practice more. The important thing is to improve each answer. So the system is simple. Learn the structure, learn the phrases, practice with feedback, improve the next answer, and repeat. And if your test is next week, you don't need a long subscription. You can use Arno for 1 week, practice as much as possible, get feedback on every single answer, and hopefully improve your score before test day. Well, good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.